Hello and welcome back to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. A rather sad David67 because all my teams this weekend have been losing or drawing, and indeed this video is going to be about the Celtic's women's side, the Celtic Girls, who had a very disappointing performance yesterday against Rangers in the Cup semi-final and lost in the end 2-0. So today's little video is going to be a wee review of that game. We chat about the performance, we chat about the tactics, we chat about how Celtic go forward as we do remain 2 points ahead with a massive goal difference advantage going into the last 5 games of the season. On Wednesday, we've got a home match against Glasgow City at the Excelsior. Then that'll be followed by an away game at Cumbernauld Broadwood against Rangers on Bank Holiday Monday. And then we'll finish off with home games against Partick, and then away at Hearts, and then a final game at Celtic Park against Hibs. Hopefully then being crowned as champions either before or after that game. So before we crack on with the video, please do, if you like the video or like content of the Celtic Girls site, do please click the subscribe button. Also, of course, do full coverage of the main Celtic side, who go into a game against Dundee later on today. And also, if you do like the video, click the like button, and also feel free to pop your pleasant, polite comments into the comment section. And happy to have a chat about the game, where Celtic are going, etc. But do keep things pleasant, polite, and within the rules of the current laws in Scotland regarding what sorts of things you can put into a public forum, etc. Now, so thought Celtic lined up in a perfectly reasonable 3-5-2. Was a wee bit disappointed to see that Kit Lefarsky wasn't on the bench. There wasn't any advance notice that she had been injured in training or was struggling with fitness, but she wasn't on the bench, which did cut down Celtic's options to change the game around later on. Maybe she's just being rested for the title run-in with the game against Glasgow on Wednesday and then the game against Rangers the following Monday, or maybe she has picked up another injury niggle, as has been the problem for her off and on all this season. However, I thought Celtic's lineup was fine. 3 central midfielders, 2 wide players, Tash Flint and Murphy Agnew up front. Rangers came out with what appeared to be a 3-6-1, really packing the midfield, with midfielder just in front and just behind a midfield strong 4, and 3 at the back, with one of the Rangers defenders pretty much staying back deep continuously, which of course did minimise the space for Murphy Agnew to run into. Rangers pretty much got on top right from minute 1. They had a few shots, none of which were on goal, none of which troubled Kelsey Docherty in any way. There were a few crosses into the box, cleared by defenders. Chloe Craig had a very good clearance heading out a shot the Rangers player had made. But in essence, not very much going on in either goal mouth really of any consequence. A lot of battling in midfield, which Rangers won 9 out of 10. A few fouls from both sides. Rangers tending to do quite a lot of time-wasting fouls, or fouls like pulling the Celtic player back by the shirt, not all of which did the referee give, which was disappointing, and a few times kicking the ball away to stop Celtic counteracting quickly into the space created. However, can't grumble about the referees. Celtic didn't deserve to win, and as Lena Sidikou said herself in her post-match interview, Celtic didn't really turn up. Certainly, Celtic weren't really on the game, and Rangers were clearly on their game yesterday. They bullied the Celtic team, particularly in midfield. Thought the defence actually held up fine, but the game was pretty much lost in that central midfield area. Colette Kavanagh, who in the first half actually did get stuck in about the Rangers midfielders, unfortunately got kicked in the back of the leg and seemed to hurt her calf and knee, and she was taken off at half time, bringing on Amy Gallagher, and she looked like she was struggling for a wee bit of match fitness, and she wasn't really much of a threat in the second half and did seem to struggle to get into the game. Celtic in the first half didn't really have any particular chances. A couple of corners that were cleared, a couple of corners and direct free kicks into the box that missed their target quite considerably, and probably the closest Celtic got in that first half to scoring was a cross by Lucy Ashworth Clifford that the Rangers goalkeeper Essen misjudged and nearly let in at the back post, similar to the goal that Lucy scored against Hearts last Sunday. Second half, Rangers again came out on top. Celtic were a wee bit more proactive and in the game, but seemed to lose their way. Celtic did have an excellent chance through Tash Flint, who volleyed wide when she really actually had a bit more time to bring the ball down and have a calmer, more accurate finish. Tash Flint, for me, actually was one of Celtic's most disappointing players, all things considered. She seemed to be having this role floating between attack and midfield, which has worked well in the past, but it always does require her to get forward to support Murphy Agnew and to support other midfielders breaking through. And it was very rare that Celtic got anybody into the box to support Murphy Agnew, which I think is probably one of the places where Celtic lost the match, in that Tash Flint and the midfielders weren't getting forward into the Rangers box. And the one time we certainly managed to do that was when Tash Flint, as I said, volleyed powerfully wide of the Rangers post. Celtic were also strangely quite slow to make any substitutions. Rangers made a lot of changes, which did seem to add more energy, more attack into their team. And it was very disappointing that Celtic did concede the first goal from a corner where Celtic really should be dominant. But unfortunately, Kelly Clark lost the Rangers forward, who scored with a very, very good header. With an unstoppable header into the corner. Kelsey Doherty had no chance, but it was very disappointing that Kelly Clark's jump and marking was poor, as the Rangers forward actually looks smaller than her side to side. Caitlin Hayes was close to making a blocking header on the Rangers attacker, but she was unable to help out her captain partner, Kelly Clark. In terms of which Celtic players played well, I would give good marks to Chloe Craig and Caitlin Hayes. Caitlin Hayes, good in defence, good at getting the ball out. Same way with Chloe Craig. Kelly Clark looked a wee bit nervous. Rangers did press her in particular, which did still Celtic getting the ball out of defence. Lucy Ashworth Clifford and Celia Barclay worked very hard, but not really very much ability to get forward as in terms of crosses into the box or passes to their teammates. But as I said, it was very rare that Celtic actually got more than one person forward, and Rangers did kind of nullify Murphy Agnew's pace by having that deeper defender. And when Murphy did get free, there was never anybody really coming in to help her, to allow her to lay the ball off, to get into the box or to set up a teammate. So all in all, very disappointing. When Celtic did try to attack a wee bit more in the last 5 minutes, Rangers punted a long ball down the pitch. Kelly Clark got herself in a poor position, misjudged the header, and the ball got through to the Rangers centre forward, who very calmly and cleverly dinked the ball over Kelsey Docherty to put Rangers 2-0 up. As I said right at the start, Rangers deserved to win. Celtic didn't really turn up, and Alina Sadiku said that Celtic need to learn lessons and that she was very disappointed in the performance. Did feel as if a wee bit that the Rangers change of formation did give Celtic problems that they never really solved throughout the whole game. And I think going forward for the games against Glasgow City on Wednesday and then Rangers the following Monday, I think we do need to get the midfield battle won. And it was very strange to see Natalie Ross and Shen, neither of whom really got stuck in midfield. They seemed to pull out of tackles. Whether they were concerned about the overuse of the yellow card by the referee against Celtic players, I'm not very certain. Certainly, the referee was keen to give fouls and yellow cards against the Celtic players, less keen to do that for the Rangers players. And there were 2 or 3 challenges by Rangers players that seemed to get away scot-free, both in terms of fouls and yellow cards, such as when Amy Gallagher was chopped down from behind when she was about to break through over the halfway line. The Rangers player, I can't remember who it was, seemed to get away with it. And the Rangers players overall were that bit more rougher, tougher, a bit more committed, and as I said, deserved to win. However, for the game against Glasgow City, I think Celtic will go back to the 3-4-3, having Gallagher and Agnew up front with Tash Flint. I think we need to get Tash Flint up into the final third much more often. I think it's perfectly fine one or other of Gallagher or Flint dropping back into midfield to recycle the ball, restart attacks, etc. But one or the other, or ideally both, need to get forward into the box to support Murphy Agnew or Kit Lefersky, depending if Lefersky's back fit for that game. I think otherwise, the same back three will be great. They usually are very good defenders. Kelly Clark did seem to be a wee bit off her best game yesterday, as were most of Celtic's players. I do wonder about injecting a bit more pace down the left with Shen, the other Shen. Sarah Barkley did a good job up and down the right side, but she isn't as skilled as Paula Partido with that final ball. But she does work very hard and is that wee bit better defensively. And so I do wonder whether Celtic might inject a wee bit more pace down both flanks. I suspect Colette Kavanagh might not be fit for the game on Wednesday. So I think we need to encourage Natalie Ross and Shen to get stuck in more and win balls in the midfield, get the ball forward to Flint, Agnew and Gallagher and Lefersky if she's back fit. So, a wee bit of a sad, morose David 67, however, remain full of hope for the Girls finishing off the title run. Next 2 games I think are going to be very, very vital, obviously. A win against Glasgow City does give them that wee bit of a leeway with the combination of the 2-point lead and the massive goal difference advantage. It does give them the option of that being that wee bit more defensive, sitting in, blocking out Rangers for a draw. And I think with Celtic's talented players hitting Rangers on the break as they have to overcommit to attack, might well open up Celtic having a good chance of beating Rangers even away from home. Do hope that Rangers allow Celtic fans to go to the game on Bank Holiday Monday, and hopefully they don't block Celtic fans going like they did the last time, which was very disappointing. So that finishes things off for the Celtic women's team video. As I said, if you do like coverage of the Celtic women's side, Celtic Girls, please do click that subscribe button. Not many other channels really cover the women's side hardly at all, apart from the official Celtic FC side. If you've enjoyed the video, please do click the like button. And as usual, do feel free to pop pleasant, polite comments into the comment section. We can have a debate regarding the game and Celtic's team, etc. And so, until the next time, goodbye and hail, hail.